to have good love, but now it's gone. So, girl, gonna try to find out what's missing. Salute, salute, salute. Peace and power, peace and power. All praise due to the people of the struggle. I thank the universal truth and absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. The divine mind knows, the divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power, peace and power to people of the struggle. What's good? What's good? Hold up, man. What's going on here? Got my head chopped off, trying to get myself right. I gotta get together, y'all. I gotta get it together. Hold up, man. Hold up. Y'all see my brand new apparel? Paperwork good. Paperwork good, my man. That's one of my, you know, one of my buddies, from the special school. He got this movement that he's been into. Right? Also has a magazine too, so y'all need to check it out. Salute, salute, salute. What's going on? Marzel. Silk, what up, what up? Lovely lady. What up? Peace and power, peace and power. TG, I ain't know. I'm here. All right? Grump, what up, what up? Salute, salute. Hey, T. That's right. Melody, I see you. Yeah, look at it. Look at the color on this. Y'all see the color on this? Hold up. Let me see that. Ooh, wee. And see that? It's getting back right, y'all. It's gonna be there in a minute. Who said something? Who that? Diaz. Black Panther getting arrested by police at bank in Atlanta. What's my thoughts? Did you see what he put on his slip? Who goes into a bank and asks them to be discreet? Come on now, y'all really don't want me to build on that. You don't want to build on that. When I first seen this, the initial reports was that he went in there to withdraw 12K, right? Now, I'm not sure what the amount is as far as IRS being alerted when you withdraw a certain amount of cash. I know back in the days, when a couple of my buddies was into check scams and flipping business accounts using plastic. You know what I mean by plastic. They was scamming the brokerage and money management firms, right? They was killing them. But it used to be 10 grand. So you would go and write out a check for like $9,900 just so you wouldn't have to fill out the IRS slips. Then once they got hip to that, they broke it down to 5,000. And I believe now in certain states you can't withdraw more than 3,000 or something like that without notifying or filling out something. I don't know, because I ain't into it no more. Don't hang with people that's into that no more. But if you're going to withdraw your own bread and you're filling out a withdrawal slip, why would you write it down on there, be discreet about it, and then speak to the teller and say, can you be discreet? Well, like, what are we doing? For 12, you know what 12,000 look like in all hundreds? It's about like this. It's not a lot. So why the hell somebody gotta be discreet? What you hiding for? Nobody know you. Nobody know what you getting. So it seems suspicious. I don't know. I don't know what you was doing. We all have on masks. Well, check this out. Since they broke down all these guidelines as far policy as far as this, COVID is doing, this is another way to criminalize us who still believe in protecting and staying with the guidelines. So now we look foreign. I don't give a damn. I'm still masked up. But we look foreign. We look strange, just as people were looking strange prior to old COVID. You dig what I'm saying? So you wouldn't wear a mask back then. So now they trying to say, uh-oh, whoever's in a mask now, y'all should be safe, right? Because y'all should have been tuned up. So why you got on a mask? So this is another way to criminalize us. So I saw him with a mask. Maybe, again, she's being prejudicial because she's seeing, oh, he's a black man. Oh, he has a mask, which means he might not be tuned up. And he's asking me to be discreet about it. Let me alert the authorities. Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? I give that story no legs. Get out of here, bozo. I don't care about them. Telling you these Hollywood types. Get out of here with that. So now what? What you want us to do with that information? What you want us to do with that information? Did they beat you? Did they handle you the way they would handle me or any typical or quote unquote average black person in the street in the bank when authorities are called? Did they tase you? They didn't do none of that, right? All right, keep it moving. Take your Hollywood ass on. Oh, they tased him? They did? Anthony Gates, they tased him? You heard the telling the manager was black? Yeah, so? Black people are prejudiced against other black people? Yeah. If you've been following me, you know I know. And you know I done told you. Black is a mindset. They arrived at the scene and drew their guns on him on sight. What else? Did they kick him? Did they give him the fisticuffs? And they cuffed him. Okay, they drew their hammers on him. Did they shoot first? Did they give him the business? Like, you know how they used to do me, elbows to the temple. You know what I'm saying? Twist his arm all up, all extra hard. Like did they give him the business? Because they gave me the business so many times that I can't count. Did he get the business? If he ain't get the business, well, keep it moving, homie. Keep it moving. It's just a little reminder that your ass is black. That's it. Never too old for no crushes, Cougar. Did any bank future, hold on, wait a minute. Any bank furniture get moved around? I don't know. Thank you, Smith. He looked okay to you, Wise? Well, peace. I guess they wanted to be a Black Lives Matter. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Yeah. Mask and gloves. Horace, what up? What up? He got the soft level rough up. Yeah, he got little shit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get the fisticuffs. And again, I'm not saying that I am in any better position, right, um than many who haven't had that in the justice system, right? Because I got the business. So many, I'm telling you, I can't even count. I done got the spit on. I done got the stomps to the head. I done got the walkie-talkies to the head. I done got the nightsticks to the groin. You know what I'm saying? I got all tight. Listen, come on, yo. Come on. You got the fisticuffs? All right. I mean, come on, yo. Big Four, what up? Brandon Brown, salute. But please, even with your uh, donation to the super chat, please, cash apps. Cash apps. Because again, if you are doing that, YouTube gets most of it, and I don't want anybody here to believe that that we're supporting YouTube, and then we find out, though I already know, we find out that YouTube is very prejudicial and will be funding some type of war against us. So please, any donations is definitely appreciated. But yo, cash apple. Straight like that. This way it goes right to the people. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, they take 40%, 40% of any donations. Oh, through the cash app. I mean, through the super chat. You know? What's up with the high gas inflation? Isn't it because of the presidents? Listen, listen, listen. Any prison advice for Jussie? Jussie gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. My advice for Jussie: don't touch the walls. Try to remain as hygienic as possible, cause your little, delicate skin and Hollywood pampering, you'll catch a rash or something very quick. So don't touch nothing. Try to be as clean as possible. Hygiene is of the most importance to you right now. You understand what I'm saying? Salute Javon Ellison. Much appreciated for the cash app. So you got to salute Chris. Thank you. You have to try to stay as clean as possible. I'm not studying that rant and all that. Still an actor, still hummer stunting. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you up in there. TG, listen, I seen that early, and since we have a cordial association with both of those brothers, I'm waiting to hear from Doggy before I even comment on that, because you know me and my comrade. And it's just it's certain people we give a little bit of grace to. My only question is, and it's a simple one: what were y'all doing in that raggedy little nasty ass motel? That's all I want to know. They both live in the area. Yo, what was y'all doing there? Listen, anytime I went out of town, and I'm a New York dude, you know it, Brooklyn born and raised. The first time I was ever in a hotel, when I was in the army, and I wasn't even basic training. I was in AIT in school after basic training. And I went to a whole, doing what we do. We had a little party, we had the weekend out. Nobody had duty that weekend, so we was in San Antonio going to the clubs and all that. And we stayed in a hotel in like a little flat. I was like, yo, what is this? We sleeping here? And, again, one of my dudes was from Florida. The other dude was from Ohio. My other man from Philly. So us sitting there, and I'm like, hold up, we in a hotel? I never did it, ever, my entire life. So it felt weird to me. I'm like, the bed is right here, and the window and the door's right there. It was weird. I was 18 years old. And after that, I never did it again. Finished AIT, went overseas to Germany. Anytime I had a little, extra, curricular activities or, dealing with females, it was always at their crib. I didn't do hotels much. Even going out of town, it was always, somebody crib, stuff like that. And, nah. And now that, I travel with family, well, before COVID, traveling with family, we always stayed in at least 3, 4 stars, because you got to be comfortable. You have to have closed off spots. Now, those little raggedy spots, even early hip hop and early rap music, you never stayed at no shit like that. Those are spots where you get your head knocked off. So why was these two dudes who are familiar with that, both of them are very very, very streetwise brothers. Both of them have a certain amount of money. Both of them know the game. Why were y'all even there? That was my first question, regardless of, because I saw from a different angle. Somebody had posted and said that they were mistreated because they were black, so they was pushing it as a racial bias thing. So my thing is, why was y'all two there? Now all this other stuff is coming out and it's getting a different narrative. Look, I'm not speaking on that till I speak to Doggy, you know. So again, we may build on it. We see what it is. But after book club, I'm gonna holler at him. He just called, and we'll see what's what, you know. So I want to welcome everybody to the chat, the book club. You dig? Hey, 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 Miz, what's good? You know, Kenny Mack, Kenny Mack, what up? DC finest. I can't find you the Cash App. Trying to donate. My Cash App is Bliz155. T always got it. Somebody got it right here in the chat. You know, T, hit them up again with that for me. Uh-huh. You gotta show me how to get them army guns. Or how to shoot them army guns. I shot everything. M203 rocket launcher. Uh, 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 no, M203, I believe, is a grenade launcher. The Law is a rocket launcher, right? The M16, the M60 machine gun, the Tim, salute. Of course, I had the 45. You dig? We had a lot of different weapons. You know, I thought you meant these guns, cause these guns they shrunk a little bit. They not what it was, but I'll get back to that. You know, once I finish and shit. You know, doing what I have to do once I get back into moving a certain way. You know, I'll get it back right. M203 is a grenade launcher, right? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Yeah. See, I know I don't forget. That's certain things you don't forget. Especially when you're attached to an infantry unit. They don't let you forget. All right, Mazel. Thank you. Salute. Yeah. So, um, you know, I knew y'all was gonna go in. Y'all don't even let me get a break. As soon as y'all see me, y'all like this. Hold up. I want to talk about the other. Listen. Gino, salute. We gonna get into all that. You dig? Um, hey. And listen, look, y'all, we getting ready to hit chapter 8, right? Do I want to get into this? But this is very sensitive for me. E, what up, E? This is very sensitive to me. I wanted to. I guess we'll do it like that. You know. Again, Neil, what's up? Rich Mo, what up? Um, y'all gotta ride with me because if I get triggered on this last part of chapter 7, just excuse me. But I'm gonna go into certain things. Um, uh, Again, we almost on chapter 8, and you know we'll be completing this soon. We are halfway there. You know, we really are. Um, and it gets a little crazy. It gets a little crazy, but we're gonna rock through it. Ho, hey. Cinco. UK's in the house. Alright, so let's do what we do. We're gonna get into this. We're gonna do what we do. You missed so many of the lives. Well, you here now. You here now, right? You here now. And all the lives are posted. So you can always go back and watch. This is permanent, baby, for as long as it can be. You know, we have no control over this. We see old Vladdy acting out. So we don't know how long, we're going to be allowed in these spaces. All right. So we need to absorb as much as we can. We have to build our tribe and let it be known, Jack. I'm telling you, old Vladdy, man, might have a few tricks up his sleeve, and that's how we how we are affected by what's going on. I appreciate you more, no doubt. So let's go. We're 20 minutes in. Okay, Asada, right? We getting ready to get deep. This is book club again. Get through as much as I can. Oh yeah, T. Oh no, yeah, yes. Trust and believe. If this drags out, and this is something that I foresee it being. Hey, Los, what up, Los? Um, yeah, yeah. Soon our uh, regular communication is gonna get knocked out. 'Cause that's just war. That's just what it is. You play with economies. You try to bankrupt um, your enemy. Then you knock out the ability to communicate, or you disturb it so you could put your propaganda in. And again, we don't own shit. So until some of these quote unquote billionaires, these rich ass, wealthy, melanated people get their own servers, um, we are really at the mercy of these individuals who choose to go at it with each other. So don't take this for granted. One day you may wake up and you have no phone, no television, no nothing. That's just the way it is. Just the way it is. Look, the uh, American and the Russian is on the space station flipping on each other. And we said somebody put that meme a couple week before last and was like, "Yo, I wonder what they doing up at the space station." Something like he ready to bounce. Come on, that ain't nothing but a jail cell. Niggas like this, yo, your mans in them is flipping on my mans in them down there. Yo, what's really hood? They can't sleep around each other. Somebody got to go. So now they ready. He ready to jet. Leave homie up there for Dolo for self like this. Yo, I'm stuck up here for Dolo. Yo, this shit is deep. People think it's a game though. People want to go on TikTok and shake their ass though. People want to get you to invest your hard-earned ones. And it's bullshit though. They think this is funny. This ain't no game, man. It's war. I laugh. I giggle because I know what's to come and I welcome it. I keep telling y'all you got to welcome the struggle because in order for us to get to where we have to go, we're going to have to go through this shit. The only thing that keeps us toe up is because, again, we rely on our own enemy. We rely on our own oppressors for everything. So, that'll learn you up. That'll teach you a good ass lesson. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna teach you. It'll learn your black ass up. I mean, it is what it is, you know? Yeah. Oh yeah, Space Army, yeah, all that. Yeah. Oh boy. But I'm always safe. I'm always secure. Why? Because I got black women that working on me, working around me, working for me. You understand what I'm saying? Working the spirit energy for me. I'm good. I'm good. I don't know about the rest of these people, but shit, I got black girl magic sprinkling dust all over me, baby. I'm good. I'm so good. You dig? I'm ready for it. So whatever happens, happens. You dig? That's all you can do. You know? Ah, yes, yes, yes. What up, princess? What's good? What's good with you? Huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't play. That shit. My chessboard, I don't have pawns. I got a first row queens. I'm good. I'm good in my hood. I don't know. You dig? So let's get to it. All right, let's get to it. And if we get to it, then I could get through it, early enough. You know, uh, we might could get a outspoken, and y'all might have to hit Doggy up and tell him you want something, man. What's up? What up? What up, Rizzo? What up? All right, so let's get right. Mm. The next time my mother came to see me, my sister was with her. I was so happy to see them both. When I say see, it is something of an overstatement because in Morristown jail, there are little windows that you and your visitors peek through, and there are little holes through which you are supposed to talk. But to make yourself heard, you are obliged to shout. Honey, you look pale, my mother shouted. Mommy, I'm pregnant. What is it, honey? I'm pregnant, Mommy. My mother smiled blandly. I repeated myself and she began to laugh. How many months are you? No, seriously, Mommy, I'm pregnant. Well, so am I, my mother said, this time laughing heartily. I think it was my hysterectomy that caused it. No, Mommy, I pleaded. You don't understand. I'm pregnant. I'm not joking. Who's joking, honey? Pregnancy is a serious matter, she said, trying to keep a straight face, especially when the baby is born under immaculate conception and God is the father. She and my sister were having a giggle fit. What are you going to name the baby? My sister added. Jesus. They just carried on. The more I insisted I was pregnant, the more they laughed and cracked jokes. But finally, my mother stopped laughing. Are you really pregnant? I told her that it happened in the court and that Kamal was the father. How do you feel? Actually, kind of funny, I told her. I can barely move and I'm just so tired. In the visiting room, on the prisoner's side, there were no chairs, so you had to stand up and talk. I was so tired, I just couldn't stand any longer. I sat down on the floor, leaning on the wall behind me so that they could see me. I couldn't see them, but we shouted to each other until the visit was over. I went up to my cell after the visit ended and immediately fell out. My mother went to the warden to complain about their refusal to provide chairs. The next day, Evelyn came to see me. Your mother called me last night all the way from Morristown. As soon as she left you, she was worried to death that, with all that you've been through, you'd finally been driven crazy. I told her not to worry, that you are, in fact, pregnant. I think she's in a state of shock. So's your sister. It's all over the papers. I bought them for you. I couldn't believe it. Sure enough, there were the articles. The one in the New York Daily News I remember was especially sordid. All of the papers speculated about who the father was and how I had managed to become pregnant in jail. One of them hinted that a prison guard was the father. I'm sick, Auntie. I feel awful. Well, that's what happens when you're pregnant. You get morning sickness and all sorts of other strange ailments. It's only normal. Maybe you're right, but I'm having these pains down here, I told her, pointing to where the pains were, and I can barely stand up. She told me to go to the doctor, and I told her how the doctor had acted. Well, go see him anyway, and have him examine you thoroughly. Meanwhile, I'll try to have you seen by a private gynecologist as soon as possible. I'll probably have to go to court. She promised that she would do all that she could to get an outside doctor, and I went upstairs to see the jail doctor. Why did you lie to me and tell me all that junk about a bowel disorder? Was the first thing I asked him. Well, you lied. I just figured I'd get back at you. Anyway, you found out like I knew you would. I told him about my pains, and he examined me. What's wrong? I asked anxiously. There's a chance you're threatening to abort. What? I practically screamed. There's a chance that you're going to abort. I don't want no abortion, I cried out. It's probably the best course you could take now, and I'd recommend it. But that's not what I was talking about. I said that there was a chance you could spontaneously abort. Have a miscarriage. Oh no, I moaned. What are you going to do? Relax, it's probably nothing serious. It's nothing much to worry about. What do you mean, nothing much to worry about? I want this baby. Well, I can't force you to do anything, but my advice is to have an abortion. It will be better for you and everyone else. I don't want nobody's abortion. But what are you going to do about this miscarriage thing? Isn't there something you can give me to keep me from having a miscarriage? Isn't there something that I can take to make sure I don't lose this baby? No, there's nothing I can do now. We have to wait and see what happens. What do you mean, wait and see what happens? If I have a miscarriage, then it will be too late. Can't you call a gynecologist? No, there's nothing I can do right now. You mean there's nothing that you will do now, don't you? Take it any way you want to. Won't you at least call a gynecologist in to see me? You're not a specialist in this area. I don't need you to tell me what my specialties are, he said angrily. It would be best for everybody concerned if you have an abortion, no matter which way you have it. Just who is everybody concerned? Don't you worry about it. My advice to you is that you should go to your cell and lie down. Just lie down and rest your mind. Just lie down and stay off your feet. And if you go to the bathroom and see a lump in the toilet, don't flush it. It's your baby. I raced out of his office, and when I got to my cell, I lay on the cot crying. I was worried to death. As far as I could see, they were out to kill my baby. I couldn't lose this baby now. Not now. It was meant to be. This baby was our hope for the future. I tried to calm myself. I didn't want the baby to feel my anguish. Finally, I fell asleep. The next morning, I waited anxiously for Evelyn and Ray Brown. Ray came first. I told him what had happened. Please, I begged, get a doctor we can trust to see me today. I'll try to get one as soon as I can, Ray assured me. I'll have to make some phone calls, and then I've got to talk to the judge. He's having a fit, you know. He wants to resume the trial today. Don't worry, everything is going to be all right. Ray and Evelyn came back in an hour. Don't worry, they told me. The trial has been postponed until there's a report from our doctor. The judge has permitted you to be examined by your own gynecologist, and he's coming this afternoon, so cheer up. They did their best to take my mind off everything and to make me feel better. That day I felt worse than ever before. Is the doctor black? No, he's a Ku Klux Klan doctor, Ray Brown joked. I felt like my insides were going to drop out on the floor at any minute. Ray went outside to meet the doctor and came back, followed by a tall, brown-skinned man. The man sure as hell didn't look like no doctor. He looked like Mr. Superfly himself. He had on a long fur coat, a jumpsuit, and platform shoes. But when I looked into his face, I was reassured. He was kind, very self assured. He was gentle when he examined me, and I was truly grateful. He asked a whole lot of questions in a careful, painstaking manner. I was really impressed. Would you tell me your name again? I asked him, ashamed that I had forgotten it. Sure, that's an easy order. Everest Wyman Garrett. He practiced in Newark, and there was an air of Newark about him. I liked him instantly. He was one of those rare breed of black professionals who haven't lost contact with the masses of black people. He didn't have one trace of the affected bourgeois speech or mannerisms that are so popular among the black middle class. I waited nervously for the verdict. There's no doubt about it, you're pregnant. But I found blood in the vaginal canal, which can be a sign that something is wrong. There's a possibility that you are threatening to abort. That doesn't mean that you're going to have a miscarriage. The chances are good that you won't. The odds and medical statistics are in your favor. He explained the different possibilities and the treatment and the treatment within the treatment he was prescribing. I asked a million questions when he left. Felt a whole lot better just knowing that there was someone I could trust taking care of me and the baby. And listen, let me get a minute. There's still a lot of those doctors today. KKK, yeah. Hey, Flower Bloom, what's good? Curtis, peace and power. Royston, what up, what up? What up? Yep, horrible. Hey, Mr. Quincy B. Jones, what's good? What's good? Yeah, E. Mm-hmm. Thomas says salute, salute. Definitely. Hey, Apex, what's good? What's good? What's good? Nick. Yeah, Nick. Ms. Harris. Wayne. Watts, salute. Capital Mall, what's going on? Peace. Mike, Arrington, what's good? What's good? Yes, indeed. Where can I get your t-shirt? Which one? This one right here? Paperwork good? I told y'all, go to my post on IG. One of my, buddies from, our special schooling has an organization, Paperwork Good, out there in Long Island and Baldwin. And he has shirts, hoodies, sweatsuits, all on the movement, because our paperwork is good. Jay Lombardi, salute. You dig? So that's where you can get it from. Go to the last post has his information on it. CC, what up? So let me tell you about these. And people laugh when I say it, but I'm dead serious. Medical staff in prisons are the worst. The absolute worst. Uptown Dre, what up? I mean, nobody. Alfonso, salute for the Cash App. Nobody who, and I mean nobody who is at the top of their class in the medical field will work in a prison. Usually there's some people who either have strikes against their license, might have been threatening to get their license taken because they did some stupid stuff on the public sector, may have lost their insurance to practice, all type of weird stuff. Prison ain't gonna ask them about how good they are of a doctor or a nurse. They just gonna hire them. And Latoya, hey Latoya, So salute, Jules, much appreciated. So the Hippocratic Oath. That don't apply, E, when it comes to prisons. I'm telling you. Listen, I'm most certain that when I went to the dentist, in one of these spots, right? I had my last wisdom tooth, and it started acting up, of course, you know. And I'm very good as far as a patient is concerned. So, it was acting up real bad. Went to the dentist, and I'm almost sure that this dude had to be a veterinarian. Mind you, the joint that I was in, and I ain't gonna blow them up, got a horse farm on it, right? Um, and one of the jobs is to take care of the horses and the cows and stuff. Um, it also has an optics program, but I'm sure this dude was I never seen no paperwork on the walls. You go to the prison medical staff, you don't see no certifications and all that. That's who he is. It could be the warden's brother-in-law, the vet from down the street. It could be anybody. So, boom, took the X-rays and all that. Looked in my mouth. Okay, that tooth got to come out. Now, if he took the X-rays and he read it good, he would have seen what was wrong. Anyway, he says it has to come out. Boom, he pulls the tooth out. Sends me back to my room. Overnight, because again, from extraction, they give you the cotton and all that. This shit just start throbbing. I mean, throbbing like crazy. I took the pain, you know. Mind you, no painkillers or nothing. They don't give you none of that garbage. And nah. Here, nigga, you get, wasn't even Motrin, some bullshit. Excuse me, y'all, ibuprofen or some bullshit. Here. A few hours pass. The celly comes in. Celly's like, yo, shit, your shit's swollen. Something happened. Couldn't even talk. I was in so much pain. I was out. Wrote a letter, yo. A little note, yo, I had my tooth pulled. All right. But he was a Spanish dude. And he was a fiend. He liked that diesel. He was a fiend. So he used to be up all night, kept the spot real clean. But he kept his eye on me. Me and him was good. Late in the night, he looked up. He's like, yo, you don't look good. My tongue had swole up and I couldn't breathe. That's how thick my tongue got swollen up. I couldn't even breathe. So now he panics. Boom. Runs, tells the CO, yo, nah. Celly's not doing too good, yo. You got to get him down to the infirmary. Boom. All right, so they dragging their feet. Because remember, it's like 2 in the morning. They don't care. They come in there, literally, I can't breathe. I'm struggling. Breathing through my nose. All this is swollen. Throat, tongue, everything. It just closed the whole canal. Boom, they rushed me out. But before they rushed me out, of course, you know what you got to do. I got to get shackled, leg irons, all that. So now I'm shackled with leg irons and everything in the back of a van, rushing me to now, I believe they took me to Albany. You dig? Get in there. Now I'm in a public hospital, a regular hospital. Take me to the ER. You got all the COs and shit around you. And black doctor comes through, cool dude too. Looks, examines, asks what happened. Oh, this, that, and the third. He just had sort of dentist. So he immediately looked. He knew exactly what it was. Gave me something to, take that swelling down, antibiotics. And, yo, when I tell you, after he told me what had happened, I knew from there that this dude can't be no real dentist. I had an abscess in the tooth. So before he was supposed to pull it, he was supposed to give me a series of antibiotics for 2 weeks until the abscess dropped off a little, and then you can pull a tooth. You just looked at it and just pulled it. So I could just imagine what the brothers go through when they getting poked up with them damn ice picks or them fiberglass picks. They get poked up and cut in the face with a can top and all this other crazy shit that they go through. And then you got some bullshit medical staff at these high level maximum security prisons. You done off in these things. If you get sick or any of that, you are done off. You understand? You're done off. So why would you be in the streets? I say it again and again and again. Why be in the streets involved in criminal activity knowing that you have the possibility, the slight possibility, losing your life right then and there at the hands of some road cop or getting sentenced to forever, than going to prison where you have all these things working against you? Your fellow inmates trying to get at you. Racist police trying to get at you. Poor medical staff. What? It makes absolutely no sense. Uptown Dre, salute for that. It makes no sense. You understand? So when they telling her this, and look, she was in there in the 70s. She was there in the 70s. The treatment ain't no different. None. So if we really love ourselves, if we're really making an attempt at liberation, at growth, right? How can we entertain messages, people, images of something that has us counter-revolutionary and expecting us to move? It don't make sense. And excusing the behavior because they get an income, because they get some resource for that, is just stupid. It's stupid at this point. No other words for it. It's not ignorance. It's not that people don't know. It's just dumb to be trapped in it. And people could come with all type of psychoanalysis. You can give all type of excuses, but there's absolutely no reason for us to ever be in the arms of our enemies. It is just dumb. We've learned these lessons. So what are we doing? When people speak, that's all I do. I just sit and listen. Is the end result of me following this person my liberation and our liberation as a whole? Or are they leading me to servitude under the same institutions that our enemy has? That's the only things that matter. Peace, Ma. Make sure you tell wifey I said what's good and enjoy y'all evening. You understand what I'm saying? We have no wiggle room, and that's how I listen and process. I don't care what kind of information you're giving me. I don't care if you're building on Egyptology. I don't care if you're coming from a Christian background. I don't care if you're coming from the nation of gods and earths. I don't care about none of that. Does the information that you are giving provide a path of liberation for me and my people? Not no in between. Are we going to be liberated if we follow you? If the shit is no, I don't fuck with them. And that's just plain as day. We want free. Y'all seen Armistead? You see look at the science in certain pictures. We want free. You don't want nothing else. Does this mean free? If it don't, I don't want nothing. I'm not supposed to be here. That's the science of that. People miss that in that shit. Always look for the legal. Always look for the wording. Always look for the laws. Have a mind and symbolism in the images you seeing. He said free. And don't stop until I'm free to get on this boat and go back to hell where I was at. That's it. So if you're not talking free, and I'm talking about free of them economically, free of them spiritually, free of them in every single aspect of my life, if you're not speaking that, then you're speaking bullshit to me. You're speaking gibberish. Shit that I don't understand. I don't understand the language of people with short aspirations. What May say? I don't understand language of people with short money. He thought that shit was funny. That's what he thought, right? I don't understand that. Care how much money you got if you ain't free. Understand that, because these are the conditions that happen to you. She in prison. She got to do what she has to do in order to survive this piece here. All right? So, no. The days that followed are blurry in my mind. Most of the time, I slept. The warden and the sheriff and the powers that were didn't like the idea of my having my own doctor, though. In their minds, the butcher, jailhouse, crack house doctor was good enough for me. And the fact that Dr. Garrett was black infuriated them. They refused to let him examine me unless a white doctor hired by the state was present. And for the report to the judge, the white doctor had to examine me. Fortunately, he agreed with my doctor's findings. There was a lot of activity going on around me that I didn't understand. I was too out of it to try. I could see, though, that Evelyn and Ray were worried. I wanted to help them to get to the bottom of what was happening, but I just didn't have the energy. About 2 days later, after the first visit, Dr. Garrett came to visit me. When he finished examining, he said, "Asada, I don't want to worry you, but I think you should be hospitalized. It's nothing serious, strictly a precautionary measure. You are in no condition to proceed with a trial. You need a few weeks to complete bed rest. There's a possibility the judge will try to push you into that trial right away without regard for your medical condition. Asada, there is no way we are going to let that happen. I'm prepared to fight all the way for your right as a human being to receive decent medical care for you for, and for your baby to be born healthy. I'm doing the same. I'm doing the same for you as I would for any other patient. You should be hospitalized. There isn't a responsible doctor in the world who wouldn't agree with that opinion. And I'm prepared to testify in any court that to deny you proper medical care would be tantamount to committing murder. I will be going in a very short time to give a medical report about your condition to the judge. I will do my best to convince him of the seriousness of this matter. I think he'll listen to reason. I'm sure the judge will go along with the findings of 2 board-certified gynecologists. But if worse comes to worse and the judge denies our motion, I will see to it personally that this jail and the courtroom are surrounded by the right to life people by tomorrow morning." I was too shot out to say much more than thank you. I was scared to death for my baby, but I knew that everything that could be done was being done, and that was a load off my mind. I got dressed and waited for them to come take me to court. I wanted to hear what was going on. When they didn't come for me, I became worried. What was going on? Why weren't they bringing me to court? Why were they taking so long? What were they going to do? Were they going to try to make me go to trial like this? What were they planning to do? Evelyn and Ray came in strutting and beaming. I knew everything was going to be all right. What happened? Why didn't they bring me to court? You're too sick to go to court, Evelyn laughed. Haven't you heard that they don't let pregnant women into court? They figure it's a disease and are afraid everybody will catch it. We felt it was much better for you not to be moved. It went fine. They'll be taking you to a hospital as soon as they can make the arrangements. Dr. Garrett did a great job. After that speech, there was no way the judge was going to force you to go to trial in your condition. The trial has been severed, and Sundiata will go on with the trial alone. What? I exclaimed. But we had agreed that we would be tried together. Why can't they wait until I'm better? Now, Asada, you don't know that they're going to wait for you. Now, you know they're not going to wait for you to have your baby to try Sundiata. They claim that being here in Morristown is costing them a fortune. It will be cheaper to try us together, I said. Well, can't I at least see Sundiata and say goodbye to him? We'll try, they said, but we doubt if there will be a time or if the sheriff will consent to it. I'm going to miss Sundiata. Yes, we know. Later, they put me on a stretcher and wheeled me into an ambulance. Don't worry, I told the baby. You're going to be all right. Poem, love. Love is contraband in hell, 'cause love is an acid that eats away bars. But you, me, and tomorrow hold hands and make vows that struggle will multiply. The hacksaw has two blades. The shotgun has two barrels. We are pregnant with freedom. We are a conspiracy. Y'all know book club is over after that. Every time I read that poem, that hits me hard. Every time I read that poem. Because I keep telling y'all that revolution is love inspired. We go nowhere without loving each other. Nowhere. Nowhere. And if you all can agree, if y'all cannot agree that we are in hell right now, then something must be wrong with you. You understand? If you cannot agree that we are in hell right now, something is wrong with you. And Asada says love is contraband in hell. And I keep telling you, revolution is love inspired. So if you are truly against the grain, you are one who keeps contraband on you at all times. You have to keep that contraband on you at all times. You have to smuggle that contraband into each other. So this is what I do. I preach love to my people. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. You know, only person on this planet who is more deserving of my love than myself is my black women. It's my black women. That's it. That's why I champion for them. That's why I push them. That's why I speak to them the way I speak to them. Got to do it. You have to do it. I'm telling you, if you don't move them, if you don't secure them, if you don't get their trust, you out of here. You out of here. Gotta get that. Have to love your black women. Have to. So look, we want to end book club this Saturday. Dig. You know, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. So we can see if we could get an outspoken or something in tonight. You dig what I'm saying? And if we not gonna do a outspoken tonight, well, I'm gonna have to go on IG and make my presence felt. You know. Because it's Saturday. Weather's terrible here. I got a lot of loving to give. And then we can build on all that other thing that y'all spoke on. All right? So as always, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. I love my people. All praise due to the people of the struggle. All praise due. Salute, salute. Remain militant. Remain militant. Bad weather here too. Where you at, Melody? Where you at? My bad weather here too. William Hurt, salute, salute. No, that's William. That's hard. My eyes is bad. That's Will. What up, Will? Salute. Salute. Yeah, salute, salute, y'all. Salute. VA. VA. The State for Lovers, huh? That's right. I forgot you was in there. Over there near Loving VA. Alright? It started snowing. I ain't look out the window since earlier. Peace, Divine. Peace, peace, Almighty. What's good? Alright, so I'll highlight y'all later. You dig? Remain militant. Remain militant. Alright? And keep your eye open. I might be on, I'm telling you, might get an outspoken out of this tonight, or, we'll be on IG. All right? So salute.